Welcome into the Alabama Football Report. I am your host, Chris Daughtery. We appreciate you guys for joining us on today's show. We are going to be breaking down 5 burning questions that I still have for this Crimson Tide team as they go into Week 3 against Wisconsin. They're going on the road, so I think that's going to raise some more challenges for Alabama, and they really need some guys to step up if they really want to come away with a win against Wisconsin on the road. Before we get to those 5 burning questions, I want to ask you guys to subscribe right here to the Alabama Football Report. Our next goal is 19.5 thousand subscribers. We're only 271 away. And, we're going to have videos pretty much every single day, about 4, 5, 6 times a week. We also have our Alabama football watch parties, which we will be live at 10 a.m. Central Time. So do not miss out. Hit that sub button for me at youtube.com/@RollTideTV. The first burning question that I have deep down in my soul is Jaylen Milroe improving? I think that's, one of the things, the first week I thought he looked pretty well, but then the second week of the season against South Florida, there were a lot of, different things that Alabama hadn't really seen yet and that South Florida was able to throw at Alabama on the defensive side of the ball, especially in terms of pressures and everything. You're not starting your normal offensive linemen, especially even the guys that do start like Tyler Booker was at the left tackle position. So there's a lot of things that, really went on that Alabama's not normally going to have to deal with. I really hope, Jalen Milroe, the biggest question mark going into the season for him is, can he get better at reading defenses quicker? Can he be decisive? Can he hit those intermediate passes? Because he does good, just like really any quarterback should, at the line of scrimmage or, to that 10-yard mark. And then he throws the deep ball really well. We know that. We have known that. What Jaylen Milroe, we have wanted to see him improve on is those intermediate passes from 10 to 20 yards. And we haven't gotten we haven't really gotten a ton of looks at that. But look, I think Jaylen Milroe has the ability. I think he has gotten better. There's just been a lot of factors involved, especially with what we've seen along the offensive line so far this year. So my hope is that, yes, Jaylen Milroe has improved this season. But, until he really goes out there and performs and puts on a show, I'm not really going to get there quite yet and really putting it as fact, I guess you could say. So let me know right now at the pinned comment, do you guys think Jaylen Milroe is progressing? A lot of people out there, still want Ty Simpson to be the guy. So, there's a lot of differing opinions, and, we do appreciate the fact that there are different opinions out there. So let me know, do you think Jaylen Milroe is getting better? Type Y for yes or type N for no at the pinned comment of today's video. My second burning question of the day, are any of these wide receivers really going to step up? I mean, we've gotten flashes from Ryan Williams, but other than him, Kobe Prentice has played pretty well, but I really thought this guy right here, Jeremy Bernard, was going to come into this season and, really go crazy for you. And he really hasn't done that really, quite yet. I think Ryan Williams, we saw him break out in those first, in the first game, had a touchdown reception in the second game as well. Kobe Prentice's stats should be a little bit better, had 54 yards or 53 yards taken off. From his stat line, and which would have been another reception as well. But I thought Jeremy Bernard was really going to be more of a target than he has been so far this year. Really thought Kendrick Law was going to get, more targets this year as well. Still, right now for Kendrick Law, only 1 reception for 22 yards. That was that touchdown in the first game of the season. 1 carry for 7 yards. So, there's got to be somebody along this wide receiver core that can really step up. And I really encourage everybody to go and watch Aaron Murray's breakdown of Jaylen Milroe on YouTube. It's really great, and you don't even have to agree with everything he says on there, but you really do get a good look of how South Florida last week was really all over these Alabama wide receivers, and they weren't able to get really any separation. And somebody's got to help Jaylen Milroe, too, at the end of the day. It cannot be all on him. When the wide receivers thrive, Jaylen Milroe thrives, everybody thrives. So somebody in that wide receiver room has got to step up and help their quarterback out just a little bit more than they have so far. Guys, today's show is presented by Game Time. If you want to go to an Alabama game, man, if you don't have Game Time yet, download it right now, and you can get 20% off on your first purchase with promo code CHATSPORTS. Game Time even has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out all the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you guys do not have to waste time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. The Game Time Picks curation makes it easier to save more on sports, concert, comedy. My girlfriend loves theater, so we also have to mix that in the rotation every now and then. Prices on the Game Time app even go down the closer you get to the start of the event. So if you're in town and just to hang out for the weekend, but decide at the last second you want to go to an Alabama game, you can get tickets even cheaper. Game Time has killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and the lowest prices guaranteed. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. I don't know any ticketing app that does that. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. Create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Check out GameTime.co for last-minute tickets. Terms do apply, but again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. That's CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It's game time. My third burning question now for the Crimson Tide going into Week 3. Can this Alabama defense really stop the run? I think in Game 1, absolutely. They had no problem stopping the run against Western Kentucky. But in Game 2, it really kind of opened up on them a little bit. Now, granted, you did have Byron Brown, who is a very good athlete at that quarterback position, so he kind of, serves as another type of running back for you. And we've seen that in offenses for the last couple of years, have been able to kind of torch Alabama on the ground when they have a quarterback who can really scramble. Hence why they've gone out and really changed the, type of athlete that they have on the defensive side of the football. But man, versus South Florida, giving up 106 yards, that's just not going to cut it at the end of the day. They have to be better on that run defense on the defensive side of the ball. Because Wisconsin, I'm not going to say, they have, these amazing running backs or anything like that, but they do have guys that can get the job done for them. Cade Yekameli averaging 9 yards on the ground right now. 12 carries, over 100 yards on for him as well. Chad's Melusi. Man, these guys, this is the craziest running back name list that really I have ever seen. Very hard to pronounce these guys' names. 25 carries, 134 yards for him, averaging 3.8. So, not the most explosive guy whatsoever, but he is a guy that can kind of wear you down and grind you down. I really want to see Alabama's defensive line, those front guys, really be able to, hit on their gaps. There was a couple times last week that, you had a couple guys that would, get up on their block and kind of just go the other way because they didn't know if the quarterback had the ball or the running back had the ball, and they tried to guess. So whatever your job is, do your job. The other guy, if he does his job, hopefully will be in the right position. So Alabama, a burning question for me, are they good at defending the run? Burning question number 4 for me right now, and you guys knew it had to be coming. Will Elijah Pritchett win that starting right tackle job? Look, I know, I read the comments. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that say, yes, Elijah Pritchett is the starting right tackle. Chris, what are you talking about? Wilkin Formby looked terrible against South Florida. I'm not arguing with you on that part. Wilkin Formby did look terrible against South Florida, but Elijah Pritchett did only play 6 snaps in this game. And granted, Alabama scored 3 times on those 6 snaps, but I do not necessarily know if correlation equals causation on those. Look, the thing about Elijah Pritchett that we know in his career so far is he struggles in pass protection. He gives up a lot of sacks. He gets burnt all the time. I do not understand really why we're just, shooting the gun already and say Elijah Pritchett is the starter at right tackle. There is a decent chance that he goes out there at right tackle, and as soon as Jalen Milroe drops back to pass, he's going to have to take off and run because Elijah Pritchett's getting burnt. I hope that's not the case. I hope I look like an idiot, but what we've seen from Elijah Pritchett, outside of those 6 snaps that he played against South Florida, he hasn't been very good either. So I am not willing to say that Elijah Pritchett has won this job quite yet. Wilkin Formby looked good in the first game of the season, did not look good in the second game of the season. Elijah Pritchett, I'm going to give him his opportunity, his chance. I think he should go out there if he is healthy enough, which I do think he will be. I think he should start in this game. And I would like to see him play every single snap in this game. I would like to see him win the job. But I'm not going to say that that is the case until I see it. So let me know in the comments section right now. I think I know how a lot of you guys are going to answer this, but let me know. It's a free country. Do you think Elijah Pritchett has already, before going into this Wisconsin game, won and taken the starting right tackle job from Wilkin Formby? Type A if you think it's yes, or type B if you think it's a no. This one's a little bit of a funnier one, but it's the point still kind of remains. Will Graham Nicholson ever attempt a field goal? We are now 2 games in, and he's done nothing but kick extra point attempts, which that means Alabama's getting down there and they're scoring in the red zone. So that is a positive thing. But look, he is the reigning 2023 Lou Groza Award winner. He's a very, very good kicker. I think it's kind of odd that Connor Talty's out there kicking off and Graham Nicholson's not doing that. But, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. But I would like to see Graham Nicholson this weekend line up for a solid 40-yard field goal. Have an attempt there, especially if Alabama has already got a lead. I would like to see him get some opportunities to attempt some longer field goals, because once you get into the season, I keep saying this, against the Georgias, the Tennessees, LSU, teams like that, you're going to have to kick field goals. And I would like to see, if he really is the guy. I mean, he should be the guy. He won the bet. He was the best kicker in the country last year, outside of Will Riker. He won the award, but I would still like to see him kind of start to get in a groove and show everybody that, yeah, he is the guy that deserved that award.